Today, we're going to be discussing how to navigate hard conversations. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you enjoy. So, let's get right into it. Navigating hard conversations is one of the hardest parts of being a leader. Now, let's be honest, none of us like to have really hard conversations, but there is a way to do it that will be effective for you and that will help you to get better over time. So, I'm going to share a couple of tips with you to help you get started. Now, if you are a new leader, I understand that this can be anxiety provoking. Most of us are people pleasers and want to be able to come to an agreement quickly with the people that we serve. But sometimes that's not always possible. And we have to sit people down and have conversations with them that might make either them uncomfortable or us uncomfortable at times. So, here are some things that I think will help you as you begin to practice and get better at these types of conversations. The first thing I would suggest is write down and prepare ahead of time what are your talking points. So, really sticking to the issue, what is a problem and what are some possible solutions? So, what have you identified as something that needs improvement? Or if someone has gone against a policy, or if a parent has a disagreement with you. So, first identify what your problem is and write that down. This will help you to feel prepared. Review your notes before the meeting so that you're ready to have this conversation. Another tip is to stay calm. Now, I know how hard it is to stay calm, especially if the person or the people that we're talking to are saying things that are getting under our skin or that are upsetting to us or perhaps are triggers for us. So, one of the things that I would suggest is if you know there's a trigger for you, sometimes it's a trigger word or sometimes it's a phrase that really gets under your skin, just start by identifying, naming what that trigger is will help you tremendously because at least you know, okay, when I hear this, I have something I can do. I'm going to breathe through it. I'm going to take a deep breath when I hear that phrase. That will help you to remain calm, even though you might hear something that is triggering to you that could upset you and derail you. We don't want you to be derailed during these conversations. It's very, very important to stay focused on the task and make sure that everyone understands through your communication what the problem is and how we can solve it. So, first, you're going to prepare for the conversation by writing down your points. Next, you're going to stay calm and composed. Check your face, right? During those conversations, try to remain in a very monotone and having a face that it suggests that you're calm. Even if you're not on the inside, try to project that. And then it's really important to listen. So we know when we're having hard conversations, someone could be in a completely different perspective than your perspective. That's expected and that's okay. Really try to listen to the other person's point of view and see where you can find any points of agreement. So sometimes the agreement is this situation is awful. That might be an agreement place. Okay, I totally agree with you. Something needs to change. And then you can use that as a springboard to come up with solutions together and collaboratively. So find something in common with that person that you can both agree to and latch onto that. Let that be a springboard for some solution finding. And finally, after you've had the conversation, sometimes we're even more uncomfortable, particularly if we haven't found a solution yet. When that happens, and it will happen, you may not have a solution at the end of your conversation. It may not be a pretty bow at the end in a box. During those times, I want you to remain calm, focus, restate what was shared at the meeting, and next steps. So, whatever your next steps are, your next step might be I'm going to follow up on this because I don't know the answer to this question. And this is a really important point that we need to know the information on. Make sure that you're following up. One of the agreements might be we're going to agree to disagree. That's okay too. Just really try to maintain that relationship after those conversations. But whatever your follow up steps are, name what they are. So if you're following up with someone, you're going to make a call to someone, you're going to call the policy office on this fact. Whatever you're going to do, make sure that you follow through. That's how you maintain trust with people, even after having those hard conversations. A last point would be give people time to cool off. We need time to cool off as leaders, and people need time to cool off. Our parents need time to cool off, our staff and our students need time. All that is normal. Give people a little time and space, but return back. You don't have to necessarily mention the conversation, but just, hey, I just want to check in on you, see how you're feeling. That goes a long way in helping people to understand that even though we have to have conversations as being a leader, it is okay. We can still maintain a positive relationship. I hope that you found this information helpful. If you did, like, subscribe, and leave me a comment and let me know how your conversations are going. Thanks.